Welcome back to Sportsbook Review Videos. It is Thursday night, and there is an excellent NFL game on this evening between the Cardinals and the Minnesota Vikings. And tonight, the prop betting picks from Bet365 might be a better way to go with such a high spread in favor of the Cardinals. And I found three both player and team props here tonight that I think have a ton of value here this evening. We'll start off with the lone team prop tonight, and that is the Arizona Cardinals over-under for first half points at 13.5. And the Cardinals on a 6-game straight-up winning streak heading into this game, but even at home, they've had a little trouble on offense in the first half of games, and the Vikings defense is better than a lot of people giving them credit for. In fact, in their last 3 games, the Cardinals only averaging about 7.5 points per game, or points per first half. If you stretch that out to the last 5, it's only at around 11. So I think the under could be a pretty good play here against the Vikings. The NFL odds around it are at even money at plus 100, so I think the value is definitely there to take a stab at the under here tonight. Next up for a player prop this evening is Teddy Bridgewater, but I am going with his rushing yards total from Bet365 at 17.5. Now, Bridgewater hasn't run that much over the last few weeks. In fact, if a running of the football is needed in Minnesota or tonight in Arizona, usually it's Adrian Peterson's job, but I think tonight there's possibility that with the Vikings as such big underdogs, they could get down early, forcing Bridgewater to throw a little bit more, and with pass attempts could come scramble opportunities as well. And even if you take into account the last 2 weeks where he's rushed for a total of about -1 yards, in his last 6 weeks, Bridgewater has a combined rushing yards total of over 100 yards on 16 carries. It's just going to take one tonight for him to potentially get over here in this one. At -125, I think 17.5 is a good bet for the over this evening for Teddy Bridgewater's rushing total. Now, next up and finally is Michael Floyd for the Arizona Cardinals. He has an over-under for receiving yards tonight at 55.5. And his season obviously started off slowly with injury, but if you take away his dud a couple weeks ago against the 49ers, he's had 3 weeks of 100 yards or more, and his only 100 yards games of the season have come in 3 of his last 4 weeks. But tonight, I've already mentioned that the Vikings defense a little better than they give them credit for, than they get credit for. Of course, if they Cardinals get up early, that will negate their need to throw the ball a ton, even though they probably still will because this is Bruce Arians we're talking about. But 55.5 for Floyd. I think this may be the week to peg him for the under in this one. He has not been very good at home this season. He's done all of his production, those 100-yard games, on the road. At home this season, only averaging about 37 yards receiving per game. I think under 55.5 at -130 is a good one here for your final play of the night. But that'll do it for me this time. Make sure you check out my NBA picks tonight as well. Got a couple over there as well. But until then, for Sportsbook Review, I'm Jordan Sharp.